Hey y'all, been gone for a minute. Now I'm back, and it's been a couple weeks. A lot's been going on in my family. Last week we had to bury my first cousin. Um, and she's younger. I'm the oldest of my grandfather's grandchildren, so I had to take my contacts out. My eyes are dry. So today's episode was alarming. Okay, so I don't have Sling anymore. I don't have cable. So I've been out of the loop with Raw. And normally with Raw and SmackDown, I know some of the storylines are still intertwined because of stuff like Night of Champions, also because they just did the draft. Okay, and they have free agents. So what was the first? I think the first match was Mustafa and Escobar. I think that was the first match. So, and forgive me if I get these out of order because I often do. I'm going off memory and I'm tired. Okay. So the match was good. I like both of them. Um, honestly, I was rooting for Ali because I'm like he's been on a small of a losing streak, and yeah, I know you got to do that for the entertainment and stuff like that. And I really like Escobar too. I'm down for LW. You know, I am here for different cultures. Everyone knows that I grew up in the DC area. I love being exposed and learning about different cultures. I love when the artists, the entertainers show in their gear their culture. I love when they speak their different languages. I love when they bring out the gear. Like I said, if they have like backstage shows, something like that, like their food or you reminisce, you know what I'm saying? Like, or in like certain wrestling moves are only for certain people, like the Samoan drop and stuff like that, and the spike. Like, I love that. So for me, um, Ali and Escobar, which are both fine, by the way. I was going, and I should not be saying that because normally when I know people are married, I've trained myself to not even look at them like that no more because I can't get with them. I can't get with them anyway because they're famous, but I can't get with them because they're married. I'm not that type of female. So, but to me, they're fine. Okay, so I was looking at the match and I was like, yeah. And I'm trying to figure out what happened to Escobar's shoulder. Because that shoulder's been patched up now, seems like for at least 6 weeks. Has that been since WrestleMania? Did he wrestle WrestleMania? He didn't wrestle WrestleMania. No. Has it been taped up before Backlash? I think it's been taped up since Backlash. When was that? A month ago? So at least 4 weeks. I don't know what had happened, but listen, they did a number on him. And I know when you do the same moves over and over, it can damage your body as well, especially when you're aging, no matter how fit you think you are. It takes longer for your body to heal, okay? Because I'm over here at this big age, 35, going on 36. I know, okay? I can't, I'm a dancer. I play basketball. I can't jump and hit threes no more because my right knee. And it's been like that since I had a dance injury 10 years ago. And it's been inflamed, and I had a cyst and stuff in it. Try to get it together, try to strengthen it. Took a long time to heal. It still ain't all the way healed. But I gotta push through because I gotta exercise. I got a now and I got a son that plays sports, and I gotta try to train and keep up with him. Like he 9, okay. So I know, okay. So, anyways, the match is cool. Um, I wanted Ali to win, and Escobar ended up winning. Yeah, excuse me. I forgot. I forgot how he won. I don't know if it was the help of someone or what. I know he was out there with Rey Mysterio. So I was watching my son because it's the last day of school, first day of summer. Had my door open, was watching the TV, watching him outside play with his friends and his bike underneath on the street with the street lights on because you ain't about to be outside. I don't care if it's $100 outside and I don't know what's going on. Okay, so that's part of the reason why I missed that. Then it was what can I remember? The situation with I can't even say the girls' names right. I'm gonna say Isla and Alba from NXT. I know I'm not saying their name right. And Shayna and Ronda. Okay, I'm gonna say this before I say what I gotta say. So the situation I saw on Twitter last week is how they went into the office last week and demanded that the women's division get more opportunities and the tag team titles get more play. Now it sparked a lot of controversy on Twitter because it was like, oh, people were showing up means like two other women did the same thing last year, and y'all basically shut them out, told them no, and they respectfully left. So now these women do it, and now this week they're on TV defending the title, about to defend the title next week. Okay, that's what that part. Second part is I don't like the fact my hand is itching. I'm about to get some money. I don't like the fact that they've had the NXT titles up there for so long, and I know it's part of the storyline now because Shayna and Ronda. Well, Shayna was the first tag team title person to win the NXT tag team title. Wants to defend them for both, but I feel like it's unfair because I think they've had those titles since the draft, which is it was after WrestleMania. So WrestleMania was what, like April 2nd? So it's probably like April 9th. So the last 2 months, no, they say after, was it after WrestleMania? They was going after Backlash. It was going to take place. So May. So it's been a month. How, I think it's unfair how they get to hold on to these tag team titles for so long on SmackDown when Solo got recruited to SmackDown. Okay, you hear me? He had the North American title and defended it on SmackDown. Okay, and won. So the first he made history because that was the first time the North American title has been defended on SmackDown, and he won. But because he's a main roster character, he had to relinquish the title. Now these girls been up here main roster for about a month now. They ain't relinquished them titles yet. Why you ain't relinquished them titles? Why they ain't do that? Why he had to and they didn't have to? I don't like that. Like if you gonna have one, I don't care. You gonna have one person do it, have both do it. Like I don't want I was watching Johnny Test. Okay. I don't want it to be both. You can push play poo. Watch Johnny Test. I feel like if you wanted to be a part of the storyline, make them do both. Make them come Fridays on SmackDown. Tell them they ain't got to do the road show on Saturday and Sunday, and make them go to NXT on Tuesday. Like if you're gonna have them keep it up, keep it just so they can't say, oh well, it's not again defending NXT because now it is. If you gonna make my man Solo relinquish his title, make them girls relinquish their title. It shouldn't even be an undisputed tag team women's title championship thing happening next week. Now, I will say this. Shayna and Ronda played really good heels because before I got done watching Total Divas, I finished watching that like right before WrestleMania. I did not care for Ronda Rousey. She plays a heel really well. But it made me like her better. And you know what's so funny is that some of them play heels so well, you'd be like, I can't stand them, but you got to realize to separate the people. And Twitter had a whole thing about this like 2 months ago. Because somebody was like, I hate Roman Reigns, but I love Joe as a person. Like when he does interviews, and someone's like, right, I hate The Miz, but I love Mike. And then it was a whole thing. And somebody was like, I hate John Cena, the wrestler, but I love him as a person. Like, or I hate the Bella Twins, but I love Nicole and Brie. Like, when you're a good heel and fans can separate the two, that's what makes you a real good heel to go in history. When they hate your character, still like you as a person, but as soon as you click it on and it's showtime to go defend your title, they can't stand you. And you know what? I think who had two people that currently have that down, Austin Theory, Dominic. And it's not so much the whole disrespectful Dominic situation. Also, It's that whole I've been to the clink thing that makes it more irritating. That's what people can't stand. Like Rhea, they love to hate her, so she don't really count. Uso's not really a heel anymore either. Um, okay, so I'm waiting for Ronda and Shayna to win that next week or in 2 weeks, and then it was I missed the Shotzi and Bayley, oh, an EO thing. I don't even know who won because I was outside watching my son play and throw the football and stuff. So forgive me for that. I'll have to go and look that up. And Shotzi's my girl because she got the whole Shigo thing going on. And lime green is my favorite color. Okay. And it's not because of Trinity or Jay Cargill, even though I love both of them, or Shotzi. It's because that's been my color since I've been about 9 or 10. I was a big, my three favorite groups back in the, well, my favorite groups back in the day, because my mom and my aunts and stuff were SWV. Like, I loved all the girl groups. But at the time, it was Destiny Child, Spice Girls. Huge Spice Girls fan. My two favorite, I even had the Barbies, were Posh and Scary. But I love Scary the most. And her favorite color, and I had the Spice Girls movie. Matter of fact, I found the DVD at Walmart for $4 and I got it underneath my thing. But her favorite color was lime green. And I liked her so much. Like, I want like lime green too. Been my favorite color ever since. So for the past 25, 26 years, it's been my color. Okay. She got the whole lime green Shigo jump going on. Okay. That's my color. I like that. I hope she won. But if she didn't, the EO won, that's gonna be an interesting Money in the Bank match. That's the only reason why I want to watch. Because if her and Bayley end up being the last two, EO already tired of Bayley. Okay. Every time EO come up for an interview or something, Bayley add her 2 cents. EO be looking at her like, all right, like I hear you, but I don't hear you. Okay. And then who else? My man's Butch and Corbin. And then Trickin and Carmelo was in the audience. And I know Corbin has been in the NXT, and I feel like Carmelo and Trick just are in NXT this year for the simple fact for audience ratings and stuff like that. I feel like, in my opinion, I'm not sure if that's true, because I think they should have made main roster. Like, I understand why Pretty Deadly did. I clearly do. They are really good. And for you to be as funny as New Day, and then when you um work with New Day and fought them for the title, I was like, yeah, they're gonna be it. They're like a mix of New Day mixed with Max and Models. Okay, I just want him to color his chest hair blonde. If you want to do this bleach, do the chest hair to match. Because when I looked at him today, I was like, why is this so dark? And that's because that's his natural hair color. Okay, anyways, whatever. Sidetrack. Um, yeah, because you know I like Butch. I like that finger manipulation thing he be doing. I gotta learn that for real. And I say that every week. If you, man, listen, I learned how to do that, and I learned the little boop boop at your points to put you to sleep or paralyze you. I ain't gotta fight if something come down like a apocalypse something ever again. I'll be boop boop boop. Everybody paralyzed for a week, going by my life. Okay, I like Butch. I'm glad he won. Carmelo and Trick was on that part, and then after that, Corbin went to go talk to the people, and then Cameron Grimes hit him in the mouth. And I was like, poor Corbin, because he been on a losing streak since probably September. LJ and I went to go see Raw, my son, October 25th in Charlotte last year. He was losing then. I think the week after that, JBL denounced him as his manager or his protege. He been losing ever since. My man can't catch a break. He went from being one of the best wrestlers to beating Roman, or been the last person to beat. How you been the last person to beat Roman? Had the man tied up, put dog food all on him, to getting beat by everybody through the thing. And I was like, I know it's a gimmick, but that's one of the reasons why I had wanted Ali to win, because I'm like, he been on a losing streak for a minute, but I wanted Bush to win. Um, so now Corbin probably got to go to NXT and straighten that stuff out with Trick and Carmelo, or they gonna be coming back to some SmackDown next week, wherever that's gonna be at. Okay, and then Bayley and michin. So AJ came out, did the commentary. I saw that. I tweeted that I went outside to look at my son. They was getting sturdy or watch somebody get sturdy. I would come back and look in. AJ holding his eye on the floor. Michin trying to, or Mia Yim trying to console him. Karrion is holding Scarlett in the audience. I'm like, the hell happened? So then they show the replay. So that's why we got the mixed tag team match with Mia and AJ versus Scarlett and Karrion. And I ain't never seen Scarlett fight. And honestly, I ain't never seen her talk until I watched YouTube behind the scenes of when they was in Saudi, because I was like, I just want to hear what she sound like. And you know what? I love Michin's blue look and them contacts she wear. I say they fit her. Because when I look, I said, she got contacts in her. I was like, they fit. I was like, I like the way the contacts look on her. Now, when Roman had the gray contacts in, I didn't like them on him. That wasn't it for him. But for her, it works. Who else? Okay, and then the whole situation with Asuka getting a new title, I was so confused by that. Because I'm like, homegirl only been champion for like 2 weeks. She get the title? Like, if anybody should have got that new gold title, it should have been Bianca, since she's the longest reigning Raw's Women's Champion in the modern day. Y'all should have gave that to her. And then Adam gonna tell her, don't interrupt Bianca's Oscar's moment. I'd have been like, nigga, she interrupted my moment. She sprayed me in the face when I was back home in Knoxville, had the whole balloons, orange and white going on, and I ain't even had no celebration. Had my family in the front row. Like, what you mean? I would have been like, all right. Now I go right on out there. And I said, and then as soon as I tweeted that, and then I said, where is Charlotte at? She got a part-time contract like Roman when she only got to show up part-time, and here she comes. So now she's supposed to have a match, and I said, it's going to be a triple threat match. I said, he ain't announced it yet, but it's going to be a triple threat match with Bianca, him, and Bianca, Asuka, and Charlotte. And that's one of Bianca's bucket list thing. She wants to fight all the horsemen. I don't think she's fought Charlotte 101, but I was like, Asuka and Charlotte's gonna be entertaining. So I was like, the three of them is really gonna be entertaining. Honestly, if it's gonna be a triple threat match, they should have saved that for a big pay-per-view moment, not no Raw. Like the matches they be matching sometimes, I be like, I get it, you wanted to have it on regular scheduled TV, but at the same time, I be like, some of these matches y'all should have put on like Night as Champions, like the gauntlet match they gonna have next week. Because I thought it was gonna be all six of them, but it's gonna be five of them. Everybody but KO and Sammy. I was here for. I was like, that should have been Night as Champion match. Y'all could have left that Rhea and Natalia match at the house. Okay, it was another match I had did a video about, and I was like, why is this on here? I was so confused. And then I think it Corbin? I don't even know. But I was like, y'all could have left them two matches alone. Kept them. I said, them matches is for like Raw, SmackDown. But I'm excited for I keep forgetting how many men's tag team matches there are. And growing up watching wrestling, like, yeah, you like the Triple H's, you like the Rocks, you like the Stone Colds. That was it. But I loved tag team matches. Like, yeah, you like the charisma of Chris Jericho and stuff. But I loved when like Chris Jericho and the Rock teamed up. Or it was Rock and Sock with him and Mick Foley. Or it was Kane and Undertaker. Or it was at one point in time, I think it was, I can't even, then it was the big three, the Dudley Boys, the Hardy Boys, Christian and Edge. Like, tag team was my thing. Tag team and the women were my thing. Like Jacqueline, Sable, Beth, Molly Holly, China. Like, the women in tag team for the men, I didn't care about, like, the singles men's were cool. Didn't really care. Sting was my dude, and I didn't even watch WCW like that. But it was his swag and stuff. He was my dude. Um, so like that gauntlet match is it for me. They could have a whole pay-per-view just like they had the women's evolution with all women. Five, it's been 5 years, 5 years ago. They should have a tag team evolution. Have past tag teams that are still signed to WWE, and too bad Christian is there. I think he's still at AEW. And Dudley, Bubba Ray is with Impact. But like, and I think D-Ray might be AEW. I don't know. I don't know. I have like X Pac and Road Dogg. They could be the refs, and then have like can't even have the Dudley Boys, Christian Edge. Had the Hardy Boys are at AEW. That. But have like the modern day tag teams from Raw and SmackDown and some of the old ones, and let them go at it. Or have Rock and Sock be the refs. Somebody like tag teams, everything. You hear me? For people to have the chemistry that they have as a tag team, and then some of the people just meet when they get to the performance center, like that is crazy. Okay. Anyways, then what else was it? I'm missing something. Oh, because when Escobar and them was out, LA Knight was out there, and I was like, when he was Maxim, he's part of Maxim Male Models, and he was their agent or whatever. I was like, it didn't sit right with me. So then when he came over to LA Knight, and I was like, what is it? And he's like, yeah, and I was like, I don't see that catching on. It seems so lame. Now he's one of my favorites. And it's been less than a year. I was like, that LA Knight, yeah. I was like, I can't believe that caught on so quick. And then he we shared my story, but I was like, it's giving 90s action star John Claude Van Damme his gear, which I'm here for, especially that black vest he got in his haircut. Like that's what it's giving. Okay. And I'm here for it. I should go watch that movie with him and Dennis Rodman. What is the name of that movie? Is it Double something? Double? I don't know. John Claude Van Damme, he threw me. The last thing I seen him was in was Expendables 2. And when he showed up, I said, that's not him. Then I looked at his eyes because they was like, at one point in time, he was real bad off and he was on drugs stuff. And I looked at his eyes and the bad and good thing about the eyes being a window to the soul is you cannot see somebody for 10 years and look at them in their face and be like, oh, that is such a... And that's exactly how when I looked and they showed his face, eyes like, I said, oh my God, that is him. I need to go watch that. Expendables 2, that's my favorite one. 3 was terrible. Anyways, so yeah, like he was there. I don't know what the return on his investment is. I don't get that part. Oh, and I was trying to figure out this. I was like Raw and the stuff intertwined. That's why I said, when did Shayna and Ronda become tag team? I knew they had to qualify in the match because Liv is injured and Raquel had to give her her title, and she had to pick somebody to do it with. But if they did that on Raw, that's probably why I missed it. Because like I said, I haven't watched Raw in about 2-3 weeks. Even though I miss it because I like Ricochet and Braun. I like New Day. And my son loves Afro Academy. And Seth, I always, even though I talk about what he got on every week, I miss him what he got on every week. It'd be straight off the one way, but I'd be like, some of these fashion designs, just because he got a famous label on it, don't mean it's cute. And I think it's because I'm a little ratchet, classy gal. My mama say, because I'm very, very intelligent, have degrees, all that. I'm very well mannered around people. Grew up in church, stuff like that. I can bust it down in a suit. You know what I'm saying? A female, like a woman's suit, woman dress, button up. I could break it down in some jeans and a cute shirt. I could come out here in some sweatpants, a jean jacket and a t-shirt, and I had one on yesterday. And you wouldn't even know I haven't. But I'm like, my mom said, because I'm a little hood. But yes, that's for you, boo. And then I wore that to my son's field day. I had on some 990s, some black and orange, some white sweatpants with some, and then a big t-shirt and my jacket. And sometimes I have my hair like this. Sometimes I have one ponytail. Sometimes I have it in two ponytail. Bye. The leggings thing just came about in the past 3 years since pandemic because I ain't never been a leggings girl. But when you don't feel like wearing jeans or you bloated, that's the go-to. Okay? But for me, I used to come outside in high school eating using noodles out of a cup. I was so hood. But I wasn't hood. With my hair relaxed and laid, okay? One thing about me is my hair gonna be laid. My outfit might not be a t-shirt and some basketball shorts and be eating, watching them play basketball and be like, I'm about to play. Okay, anyway. Then the gauntlet match I'm excited for. Okay, and then the Jay versus Theory thing. And I said tweeted, I said, Jay gonna lose this match. I said if Jay win this match, this is what I tweeted. I said if Jay wins this match, I'm gonna be surprised. I said, but it's gonna be a long time coming because he's been trying to get the singles thing since 2020, I think. I said, but I don't see him winning this match. I said, not the way Theory is set up. And it was the whole situation of if I'm in the bloodline, Paul ain't in the bloodline. Paul ain't giving up that check. So Pretty Deadly forgot that they're his allies came and helped him. And I was like, where the ref go? And then after they come out, Jimmy come out because I was like, Jimmy ain't here today. I said he in Ohio with his wife watching her do Impact Wrestling. She was there yesterday. She probably still there today. He gone. He come out the last minute. I'm like, oh, he there. So then after that, Solo come out. I'm like, where is Solo come from? So then after that, Jay stopped Solo from the Samoan Spike and Jimmy. Jimmy accidentally kicks Jay in the face trying to hit him Solo. You know how pissed off you gotta be to want to fist fight or smack your sister or brother. Trust me, I have two younger sisters under me and a baby brother. And my two sisters, they get along for a while, but every couple years they fist fight. My sister has actually fought my other sister while she was pregnant. Like she wasn't pregnant. So I get it. They fought in high school. They fought when she was pregnant. And I think they fought again, the physical fought. And then after that they be good. Sometimes words and stuff and cutting people out your life ain't enough. Sometimes you gotta what Scrappy say, put the pause on them and get that off your chest and then go about your business. My homeboy told me that. He said, guys do that all the time. He said, we could fight, be like, all right, what you gonna do? Scrap? He was like, and then go sit on the porch together and go chill and be like, all right, we got out the way. Now let's, you know what I'm saying, go back to being cool. So not females. Females will fight and not talk to each other for 15 years or at all. I just said the thing where I was like, yeah. I said, because women petty like that. Most of us. But, yeah, so next week gonna be interesting, especially Roman gonna be back. I don't know where SmackDown gonna be at next week, but it's gonna be interesting. And when they come to Raleigh, July 14th, we ain't even gonna be here. And that's where we live. We be everywhere but where we live at. Okay, so I took him to Raw in Charlotte, my son, because the day he came back from Nashville, Tennessee, that's where his dad lives. So when he went to SummerSlam was in Nashville last year, we didn't know it because LJ could have went there. He comes back the night of. I drive from Greensboro to go get him because that's where his dad's family's from. Drive from Greensboro, bring him back to Raleigh. He's tired. He falls asleep by 6. SmackDown comes on. No, he falls asleep right before SmackDown come on. Goes upstairs, falls asleep. I'm like, dang, we could have went to go see SmackDown. It was at PNC. Could have got some ticket. He was asleep. We watching it from the house. Missed it last year. And that was in August. So then for his birthday, I take him in March for a birthday present. His birthday is the end of February. Take them in Mars to DC because that's where I'm from. We got family up there. See Smackdown. We was like, all right. Then May come around. We gonna go drive an hour to go to Fayetteville, or we can go back to Fairfax because Fairfax, Virginia ain't that far from DC. Ain't do neither one of those. Cause like we could probably catch the Raleigh jump. Cause I don't think they coming to Nashville no time soon. Whenever they come to Memphis, I think that's Raw, and I think you're gonna be coming back this way for school. So I don't know when the next time we gonna see a live event. But it seemed like almost every time they come to Raleigh or the Raleigh area, we don't ever, cause then they came, some Raw came to Greensboro, and ironically, I had to work, and I had to, my job sent me to Greensboro that day. I was up there between 1 and 3 o'clock, and then had to come back and got back at 4 o'clock, and I was like, I can take my son to this, but I was like, for one, it's a Monday, the thing ain't gonna end till 11. Then they got 2 matches after it ends, so that's 12. I was like, he got school tomorrow. I don't know why they did Raw on Monday night. That wasn't smart at all. I guess Raw is for the adults because it's mad kids that be missing school the next day. Like it should have been live events Friday, Saturday, and then do your clothes jumps Monday. I don't know. So then, yeah, and then I was like, I done drove round trip 2.5 hours. That's going to Charlotte one way from here. I'm not driving back up there again. And I could have stayed at his uncle on house. I'm not doing that. No. So we'll see if he goes to another. And then I was like, I could take him to the Orlando one. We used to live there. My mama just moved back there. We got family all over. I could take him to the Atlanta one. We got cousins there. I could take him to the Philly one, which WrestleMania is in Philly. We got family up there. It's like we can be anywhere on this East Coast. Okay, just about if we wanted to make the trip. But most of the time I'm driving. Like I drove 8 hours to Nashville by myself. That's a drive. Anyway, I'm going on a tangent. Yeah, so I'm excited to see what next week is like. I don't know what the dark matches are like prior to SmackDown and after. I'm tired. Okay, I gotta work tomorrow. Let me put my glasses back on because I can't see at all. My son is tired of hearing me talk because he put his headphones on. And look. He's tired of me. I'm about to, ooh, my gray showing. I'm about to take this ponytail out. My curls is, oof. And about to eat something. And put the time on my TV. And probably go to sleep, watch TV. Because, anyways, I can't wait for next weekend. I was saying that at one point in time I might stop watching wrestling because I got into it. I got back into it because my son got into it last year. And now, like days like today, he'd rather be outside. Like today, he was outside the whole hour and a half. The last 30 minutes he came in. And then last week was the same thing. We was all outside Friday, so we had to watch SmackDown on demand Saturday. Like, it's not that important. I do it, stuff like that, to connect with him. I'm a fan, but I try to stay connected to him because it's just him and I. He's my only child, and I want to know, like, be a part of certain stuff in his life. So, if we find, it was Mass Singer at first, now it's wrestling. So, if we find something else, I might not be making these videos anymore. But for the time being, I'm going to be making these videos. Whether it's one person that watches it, 2 people that watch it, whatever. I'm just glad to make them. So, you guys, enjoy your weekend. Be safe if you are up north. Because here in North Carolina, we still have the air quality issue. So I know if you up north, especially the tri-state area, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, you definitely got it. Please wear a mask and stay safe. Especially if you're an infant. Well, the infant, that's how I know I'm tired. If you have an infant or a toddler, have them put a mask on. If you have breathing problems, or if you old, if you smoke and ain't got no breathing problems, especially if you smoke, don't have no breathing, put a mask on anyway. So sadly, if they don't put these fires out, it's gonna get worse. It's killing the environment. The animals ain't got nowhere to go because the trees and stuff are being burnt down. When a situation like that happened in Amazon, 20% of the rainforest got burned down. It was like, so if you take 5 breaths, one of the 5 breaths is gone basically, because we get most of our trees from that on the west side of the world. So between there and Canada. So pray for us. Pray for the people in Canada up north. I pray that they're able to breathe. Especially like Syracuse and stuff was a code orange. They were told to not go outside at all. So them poor people. And I feel bad for the people that are homeless that don't even have a place to go inside too. So praying for these people. Anyways, thanks for listening to my wrestling and rants. I hope you have a great night. Bye.